Okay, hello YouTube. We are working on a Saturn L300 V6 with the 3-liter motor in it, and today we're doing the rear brake pads. And what we found are that the brake pads have pinned pads in on the calipers, so you actually have to remove these two pins prior to getting the brake pads out. So the smart thing that we've decided is to get the wheel off, pop these pins out with a nail or a drift pin, whatever you might have that fits, and then you've got two 18 millimeter, 18 or 19? 19. Two 19 millimeter bolts right back here on the caliper that have to come out. Hopefully you can see those if I'm not blocking them too much. So there's one up on the top here, and there's one down here, two 19 millimeter bolts. Be careful of the solid brake line. You don't want to have an error going on in there. And you can see how thin the shoes are, the pads are on this. They're right down to the rotor. So it's time. So we'll go ahead and pop these pins out real quick with a drift pin, and then we'll show you what it looks like once we get the caliper off. So a couple of quick whacks with the hammer and the pin, and we drove these pins loose, and we're just going to grab them and pull them out with a pair of pliers, which is super easy. So sorry about the shaking video. You can see the spring release right here as soon as I take that out. So that spring's loose now. Make sure we don't lose the spring. Make sure it goes back in the same way, or replace it with a new one. So we've got the two pins and the spring. We've got loose shoes. Boy, sorry guys, all over the place. We got loose shoes. They can just drop right out. And we slide those right out of there. So this rotor and caliper look like it's in pretty good shape. So I'm going to do the twisted, easy, simple brake replacement, and I'm going to crush the calipers, compress them with my pliers and a vise grip, compress the calipers, slide the new pads into the socket, the slot, and then drive the pins back in and put it back in place and not even take the caliper off. So we'll be right back and do that. Okay, so on our super quickie brake job, we have compressed the calipers with a pair of screwdrivers, so they are completely compressed. We're going to slide the pads right back into place, and not put them in backwards. Get them in place so they're ready to go, and then we're going to go ahead and put the pins back in and the spring back in. So this should be the easiest brake job you've ever done. Alright, so I think you can see everything now. Boy, it's hard to see in here. I'm sorry guys. So basically you can see the spring is back in place. So you're under both of the pins. Spring's level across there, and I've pinned the pins back into their stop positions. And we're good. Don't take the caliper off. Don't do anything. Leave that hard brake line. Don't mess with it. You're in good shape. Put the wheel back on, test drive it, and good luck.